Okay, and you're going to screen share, Barry?
Yeah, welcome Jim Shepard for Volunteers in the Air. Do you want to kick this off and then I'll start the video? Jim, do you want to mention anything about?
Yeah, basically, let's get started with the video and then we'll work from there.
Okay, it's about a 15-minute video. It's recent, ARRL. So here we go.
Welcome to the February 2023 episode. This month, we're going to take a closer look at material from the January-February 2023 issue of On the Air. In that issue, we had an article that introduced the ARRL Volunteers on the Air operating event, and this is a year-long on-air event that's running throughout 2023. And with me today to tell us a little bit more about it are two of the architects of that event, ARRL Director of Operations, Bob Nauman, W5OV, and ARRL Radio Sport Manager, Bart Yankee, W9JJ. Here we are in the Year of the Volunteers. ARRL, as you know, has designated 2023 the Year of the Volunteers to shed light on the work of the hundreds of volunteers who make ARRL and amateur radio what it is. And so as part of the Year of the Volunteers, we have this VOTA event, Volunteers on the Air, a year-long operating event. What was the reason or inspiration for making a year-long operating event part of the Year of the Volunteers? What do we hope that the VOTA event will accomplish?
Well, I know you recall back in the centennial celebration several years ago, we had a similar event.
Yep.
And it was very, very well received. Yeah. And there's been a lot of call to repeat that type of an activity. So this seemed an opportune time for us to take advantage of that, appreciation and put it on the air. And the volunteers are crazily active right now. Here we are at the beginning of February, and there's a great deal of activity on the air. People making contacts. We have special activations of W1AW all around the 50 United States and in many of the U.S. possessions. Where W1AW may be active, say from Guam. But there's an opportunity for everybody to get on the air, take advantage of Cycle 25, which is terrific right now, and it's working out great.
So you said it's an opportunity for everybody to get on the air. I understand you don't have to be an ARRL member to play, right?
No, you don't. You need to contact people who are, however. That's the objective. And of course, ARRL members are speaking with each other continually. And there are, depending on what type of volunteer you are, you may have an appointment of some sort. But if you're just an ARRL member, your contacts are worth 1 point to those you make contact with. If you are a life member, you're 5 points. There are other categories. If you're a Diamond Club member, you're 25 points, and so forth. But all of this is automatically added up. No one needs to send in a log sheet. It's all automatically calculated through Logbook of the World.
I understand that in order to get your points for this event, I understand you do have to be using Logbook of the World. Is that right?
That's a good way to say it, yes. Okay. Most of the members do.
Yeah.
We have a huge portion of our membership that are already users of Logbook, and those who are most active generally are. But if they're not, this is a good time to get involved in Logbook of the World, and there are some tutorials and guides on how to do that on our webpage. And Bart has written some of those, so I know they work.
What you're talking about is specifically how to get yourself set up with Logbook of the World?
Correct.
Oh, great. So there are tools for people to be able to do that. That'll step them through it.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Going back to points, I know that there are some really exciting point totals out there for people in certain places in the ARRL field organization and things like that. So if I make a contact and I realize, oh my gosh, that's one of ARRL's vice directors and they're worth 200 points. So all I have to do to make sure that I get credited for those 200 points is to upload the contact to Logbook.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
That's great.
So it's no more of a burden than it is to just upload your normal contacts.
Okay.
And the scoring is going to be done automatically through a system here. And at the end of the year, we'll probably proclaim a big winner who made the most points. And who knows who that's going to be. I mean, 12 months from now.
In terms of a big winner, what are the awards available in this event?
As we've shown on the website and as we've done in the past, certificates will be available for people to download directly from the website. So as activity begins to build, they can keep going back to the website. They can review their accomplishments. They can decide, okay, this justifies me printing out a nice colorized certificate today. This might be 6 weeks from now, might be 3 months from now, could be just once at the end of the activity. International Grid Chase was a great example where we had the certificates available. It was more toward the end of the event, but nevertheless, people could keep going back and selecting criteria that they wanted to demonstrate on a certificate, and then they chose to print a certificate. So they will have that ability. It's free. It's right there available to them whenever they would want it. Again, these are tools that will be implemented and made available and made public shortly through media as well. So that's one of the ways. Another way is they will be able to look at the leaderboard and actually see how they're doing. They can evaluate that based on just overall standings, or by band, or by mode, or by state. So they can see how they're doing in breaking it down in a way that's most important to them.
Bob, you mentioned, the possibility of there being an overall winner, or maybe a few types of overall winners
Sure.
in various categories at the end of this whole thing. Awards for overall performance, would that also be downloadable certificates, or is there likely to be something else for that?
We haven't mapped it all out yet. It's kind of being developed on the fly. But another one of the things that will be available is a Worked All States award that will be automatic, again through Logbook, for people working the various operations of W1AW in the 50 states. So there will be 2 separate weeks throughout the year for each state to be on the air for a full week. So the idea there is that, if for some reason you're not able to make contact on one of the weeks, there's another week available that the W1AW will be active again in that state. We've had a couple of activations, Iowa, I think, or
Kansas,
somewhere out there in the middle of the corn country.
Sure.
Yeah, but
So the Midwestern. But yes, so there's been a couple of initial activations. So
Let's back up that discussion of the W1AW portables a little bit, because this is a really cool thing. So usually if a ham hears W1AW on the air, it tends to be exciting. It tends to be a bit of an event all on its own. W1AW is, of course, ARRL's Hiram Percy Maxim Memorial Station. And in this event, W1AW is actually out there portable in all the U.S. states and in several of the U.S. territories. So what goes into making W1AW portable?
This is quite a project, actually, and Bart, as you can see, has some paperwork in front of him here where we've been tallying up all of this. But we've worked in combination with the ARRL Board of Directors and the section managers to solicit leadership individuals from their states to be coordinators. And what they do is find people who would like an opportunity to operate as W1AW. And in some cases, this is by collecting a large group of people who will operate different bands from different locations, different modes from different locations. And so there could be dozens of people participating from each state in making W1AW portable 1 through 0 active. And there's a great deal of, activity. It's like a beehive of activity of the people who are participating in doing this. Because scheduling who's on the air, on what band, at what time, it's kind of a complicated thing to do. But we've got long lists of people who are out there working on it right now.
And they hold it in high esteem.
Yeah.
The fact that they get to operate as W1AW is celebrated in a similar fashion to the few who actually do get a chance during their lifetimes to visit headquarters and actually operate from the Hiram Percy Maxim station. In this case, they don't have to travel to New England to do that. They can actually make their state represented through using a W1AW identifier. And so it's something that's very exciting to them. It's something that doesn't happen very often. Typically in non-event years, and again, the Centennials is the example of the largest of those events up to date, where we deployed W1AW amongst all of the states and some of the territories. The only other time that W1AW doesn't operate from here is during the IRU contest. So in July, during the IRU contest, each year W1AW is activated, and it's often activated from multiple, essentially from a single location, but it's operated outside of Newington, Connecticut.
These W1AW portables for the Volunteers on the Air event, it sounds like it's been a really great way to not only utilize the resource that we have in all of these volunteers all over the country, folks who are elected to the board, folks who are elected to section manager positions after stepping up to run. And in the honor of being selected to be W1AW, there is, of course, an element of volunteering in there to devote your time to put it on the air. So it all goes back to the year of the volunteers, I guess.
It does, and if you think about it in the big picture, taking a 30,000-foot view, this is all about the volunteers. And so as these volunteers get on the air, celebrate the contribution they make to amateur radio and to the American Radio Relay League, they're able to display their support of the organization. And then along the way, W1AW portable stations add additional excitement to that whole activity.
Yeah, they sure do. I remember chasing the W1AW portables during the Centennial in 2014. It was a lot of fun. So, well, it sure sounds like VOTA is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people. Everyone needs to make sure they're on the air, making those contacts. I'm hoping to get a station together and hand out my 75 points. So, Bob and Bart, where can folks go on the web to get more information about this event?
So you've got a couple of active links. Yeah. You can go to our main website and drill down through the pages from on the air to the actual link that says volunteers on the air. You can go to www.arrl.org/volunteers on air. You can go to the same link /VOTA. And finally, you can go to vota.arrl.org.
Okay, so there are a few ways to get in there and get all the information you need, all the rules, all the parameters. There's a list of all the point values up there too.
Point values,
Yes.
the activation schedules are up there, Q&A for those who are on the air. Also, there's discussion about how do I, again, report or recognize that I've worked W1AW. All participants are encouraged to upload the Logbook of the World. The W1AW stations and the volunteers are the primary means to do that. There isn't QSLs for this event now. Some of the local W1AW stations might do it. But this is a Logbook of the World QSLing event.
It sounds like it's off to a great start so far, and I know we're all looking forward to seeing how it goes over the balance of the year.
We are as well. We look forward to talking to you again about it.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining me today, Bob and Bart.
Thank you.
And the On the Air podcast will be back in March with material from the March-April issue of the magazine. For now, 73.
All right. One second. Get you back up.
I was a bit confused there. Were they talking about contacting high-end ARRL members and getting points, or are they talking about contacting volunteer types and getting points?
Both.
And how do you know that a person is a volunteer, and what volunteers count?
I'll get into that here in a minute or two. Yeah, so. Okay.
And that would be all club, any members? Every club?
No. Sure. Barry, you're, okay. Can everybody hear Jim?
Yeah, talk up, Jim. Let's see. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Jim.
Okay.
Yep, that's good.
There's two parts to this game that we're working on. One is the basic volunteers on the air operating event. And that one is real easy. All you have to do is upload your normal logs. You don't know who you're talking to. There's no special exchange or handshake or something like that. It's just a matter of uploading your contacts. And then you'll be able to go check and see where you go. It's actually a pretty good system to look at. If you go to the ARRL thing, there's a lot of this is explained. It's really transparent. You know, lately I've been running FT8, averaging about 200 contacts a week, putting it out there. I'm a VE, so I'm a 5-pointer, and that say normal, just standard club or ARRL members are 1 points and so on up. That we've got a few special people out there that are higher points that are involved at a higher volunteer level, and it really is a very easy thing to participate in. There's nothing special, again, no special exchange, and that there is a, let's see, is that Barry's?
This is mine. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to go back to the one that I've got, that I gave you earlier.
This is the one you gave me.
You want the other one, Jim? The NV WA1WNV?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a
Let
second.
me
just to
stop
keep-
sharing here.
Yeah.
Should be.
Give me a second to find
Sure,
it.
I'll pull it up.
Keep talking. I'll bring it up. Second.
And it should be brought up at this level because I need to go maneuver
Yeah.
through it.
Hey, Barry, hold on. I gotta pull it up.
You have it there? Okay,
I
thank you.
gotta get to it. Oh, God, I turned off. I gotta keep that one up.
I have it right here if you're ready. You want me to bring it up?
If I can full control of it, yes.
I don't think you can.
No, but just tell me.
No. I
Yeah,
wanna-
Barry, hang on, turn off your screen sharing, please. Thank you. Okay, do you know which one you want here?
Okay, go up a little further. Up a little further. Okay, wait a minute.
ARRL.org right here.
No.
I need this link for after the video right here.
Wait a second. It's right in my mid-range for my glasses. Okay. I need this link for the video.
Okay,
Bingo.
yeah, okay. You get it up and then I'll share screen.
Okay,
So I gotta do some finagling here.
there we
Okay,
go.
that's the one you want.
That's
Okay,
the one I want.
okay, hang on, everybody. We're getting there.
Okay, we can see it okay.
All right,
Okay, there we are. Beautiful.
all right. It's Jim, you got full control right here. You can link everything else you want to do.
Okay. Okay, very good. The W1AW/7 is, we've got two sessions available this year to us. The first one will start on the 19th of April, and that's UTC time. So actually it starts on, that's a Wednesday on UTC. It actually starts on Tuesday afternoon. It's 00 hours UTC. And runs through the following Tuesday at 23:59 UTC. So we have a lot of opportunity there to get on the air. We're recruiting people right now to get on and have a little fun. And it's a great opportunity to operate with a 1x2 call sign. That is going to be universally recognized, and an opportunity to learn how to handle a pileup, because you're going to have a lot of people calling you at once. And it is a good show. We have, there's a whole link here on, let's see here. Use this machine. You go down here. When you go to this website, and it's in the this month's Crack Big Static, the link, and we'll show the link again here in a minute or two. You select your day, band, and mode. Usually before that, you'll go over here and display the slots by day. Now we'll look at the first day of operation here. And it'll take a second or two to pop up here. And this is what we currently have signed up for the first day of operation. And it shows that we have N0CSM has got phone on 15 meters. We also have somebody phone on 20 meters. The time slot is a little confusing because this particular software shows the ending of the 8-hour periods. We have 8-hour time slots for each of these operators. And it shows the ending time, not the beginning time. So you'll see there that the 15-meter phone, for instance, it shows 2300. That's the day shift. That would be from 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's see, wait a minute. It'd be 9 o'clock in the morning because that's daylight savings time to 5 o'clock in the afternoon local time. And that it really helps if you make up a little spreadsheet on if you're using Excel or one of those other programs that has the times in UTC and local time, so you can see between the two. And that's a handy little list to make up to hang in your ham shack. Anyway, we've got day shift that. And down at the bottom there, digital, you'll see yours truly is signed up for the Tuesday afternoon slot. That 0700 is midnight local time. And so I have that first shot out of the barrel there running digital. We have the ability to do phone, CW, and digital all at the same time on the same band, or you can spread them out like we currently have. This is probably the best shot and the fullest one I've seen so far. The sign up is really easy to do. After you, let's see here, where's my mouse? We'll go back to the main page. After you take a look and see what's available, then you can go ahead and select the day and mode. You'd be able to put in the day, and I'm going to go ahead and set one up here. We'll look at the last day, which is going to be the last shift. I want to do digital. And I want to do 40 meters. So I come down and select 40 meters. And then I would submit. And take a second to come up. And let's okay. The see, that's graveyard. So I'm going to try to run that on graveyard. So I will go ahead and reserve it. Brings up another screen. And I'd enter my call sign. Oh, come on. You got to click on it. There you go. Strange computer. W6 US. My email NVJ at I've got my real close glasses on. Unfortunately, I don't have my computer glasses on. Phone number. Yeah. It's not going to be an FM operation, and I'm in Delta Mike 09 DN. They want the 6-digit grid zone number. So I'd go ahead and submit that. and I'm now on the list for that particular one. So it's really pretty easy to sign up and do that. Basically, we're asking everybody who does this to go ahead and use a logging program so you can log your contacts. Again, there's no special exchange, so you can just make sure you get the call sign correctly, the other person's call sign correctly. Put 5-9 down, normal contest type exchange. What?
A little bit louder.
Speak up.
Okay. Talking to the computer screen, I'm used to doing that. And yeah, you just put the call sign and it'll have a spot to put 5-9 and you know, you can be a little conversational in your exchange when you're talking with people. Get their state for the fun of it. Then you just put the state down as the other one. In N1MM, you can use the DX overlay, the standard logging overlay, to be able to do that. The N3FJP, there's some setup for that. Other right log, I believe, is one of the other ones. Turns out a good one. The basic thing is you have to be able to output a ADIF file. The ADIF file will then go to a special location. You'll send that the operators who were approved will get that special URL to be able to send their log into. It comes back to me, I double check everything, and then I go ahead and sign off on it for the ARRL, and then they upload it to Logbook of the World. The certificate for Logbook of the World stays with ARRL. It doesn't go out to the individual users. So you don't go ahead and try to upload it to Logbook of the World yourself. You will get credit for the ones. They have a application that pulls up the operator and logs those to your Logbook of the World account. So as a activator for W1AW/7, you will get credit for those contacts. N1MM, you hit a Controls O, Control Oscar, and then you can put in your call sign, your regular call sign, your normal setup. When you go into N1MM, you would go ahead and under configuration, drop down and change your status, station data, and you'd put the W1AW/7 in there. I'll have more information on that in a letter I'll send out to the people who activated about a week ahead of time. And I'll have the link to upload and everything else.
That's on the overlay.
That's on the, yeah. So that you do it. And then afterwards, remember to take the W1AW/7 on your config line off so you don't continue to log. And that, so it is a little bit of work for those who are activating, but it can be quite rewarding. In terms of other things that can be done, let's see here.
I got a question when you have time, Jim.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to get clear on one thing. So W1AW Portable 7, which is the call sign, as the operator, whoever it is it the bands that based on your license, not on what W1AW Portable 7 is? Do you know? You're the operator.
Okay, say again.
So if somebody's a tech, if somebody's a tech and they're using W1AW Portable 7, they can only use the tech frequencies. Is that correct or not?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct, unless you have a control operator sitting over your shoulder the entire time.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep 10 meters open for technician operators. This is a fantastic opportunity for a technician to be able to get on the air and actually experience being a rare DX station. in that.
Robin, I have a question. So Barry or yourself or someone, if you're already logged on, can one of us who are new kind of hang out with you and can we hook up with you to see how this actually works? Can we be invited to come hang out with you for half an hour to try to log on? Would that work or not?
Okay, you're talking about setting up the log-on procedure?
Or just observing what you're doing, or if you're logged on, can we log on with you? Or is that, do you have to have your own log on?
Okay. What log-on are you referring to?
Yeah, can I be an observer while you're operating? Or if I'm observing, can I log on with your login thing?
There's
Or
no
do you have to
log-
have your own account?
That's just a lot of Zoom.
It's not Zoom.
No, I mean, if I actually physically.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're talking
I came
about.
over to you and I'm sitting right next to you. Can I log on? Can I observe? Like
That would be up
Barry
to
or
the individual
somebody who might be doing this content?
Right, that would be up to the individual operator. And the main problem there is you'd need to completely log out of the logging program, reconfigure it, and then log it back in with your call sign and that.
So each person who gets on has to have their own account, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Or reservation?
Yeah, well, not a reservation so much as,
Jim, like, I mean, I think what she's saying is like, I'm over at your house, here, right? I'm an operator, okay? And I can come in and use the same WA1/7 or W/7 on your radio. Can we do that?
you do that, but it would have my call sign on it still.
Right.
For the-
I don't think she just wants the
I think I actually have a
I'm saying, is there anyone who would invite some of us newbies to
Yeah,
kind
I have
of observe, sit next to you and see what you're actually doing?
I have a solution
I mean,
for this.
10 minutes,
Hold on,
15
Barry.
minutes
Yeah.
Type of thing.
It'll be hours. Once you get there, you're hooked.
I'm just trying to say, I'm sort of totally overwhelmed, but I would like to see this whole process in person. So someone who is logging on, I don't know, Barry, I don't know if that's something you're doing.
Yeah, I have
or you're,
Oh, you're not
Yeah, I have
really.
a solution when you're ready.
Go ahead, Barry.
okay.
Yeah, so I think what you're really asking, whoever, Amy or whoever's asking that, is, can you get some Elmering? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, and specifically on the Saturday and Sunday, which is the 22nd and 23rd in April, we're going to be using W1AW Portable 7 down at an event that all SNARS members are welcome. It's it's coming up. We haven't announced it. It's in Carson City. It's at the Mark Twain days. We're going to have a booth there, and we're going to have W1AW Portable 7. One day is going to be phone, and another guy is going to be digital. So you can come down there. We can teach you stuff, and Elmer and mentor you. Does that help?
Yes.
Yeah, and on that one particular, we would be using for the calls, operator call sign, the W7TA.
Correct. Correct.
Club call sign.
Right.
So everybody would be using that same call sign rather than
Correct.
having to individually
And
come
this
in.
is at that-
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
And-
wait,
Mhm.
Is that a building?
It's an event.
Carson.
Yeah, it's a special event that's coming up. that-
Oh, where's the Mark Twain? I don't know what that is.
It's just an event they have down there.
Oh,
Where
that's
in
the
Okay.
name
where
of
is
the
it going to be
event.
held?
So where's it being
Okay.
held?
Carson City.
Carson-
It's in Carson City. It's in Carson City at the Nugget, and we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it on online soon. I think there's one other. Besides that, I think there's another question in there, and that is, you might be asking, could we Elmer you ahead of time in order to get on? And the answer is yes. We'll just have to figure out when to do it ahead of time to get people in the groove. We might be able to do some of it on the upcoming Zoom Monday night call. Who's asking the question? Is it Amy?
It's Robin.
Oh, Robin. Okay, Robin. This is Barry. We'll figure it out in order to get people going before it, so you can get some help? I think it's a great question.
So I gather it, on that volunteer list, if you make contact with any ARRL,
Member,
no, ARRL
director.
VE,
Oh, VE, yes.
you get credit. You don't have to be a member of ARRL to be a VE.
Right.
Right.
But if you contact a VE who is accredited to ARRL, you
You'll
get
get
credit.
5 points.
You get 5 points, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really pretty liberal on who your operator.
Yeah. Now, are ARRL volunteers the only ones?
No, I'm headed for that screen right now.
Yeah, I would think instructors who are ARL.
Jim's going there right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Hey, Jim, we got a few minutes because we gotta get clear.
Yep, we're done
Yeah.
in 1 minute.
Okay, let me pull this up and,
Wait a minute, you're trying, oh, you're pulling it up from that?
yeah,
I have that PDF up if that's what you're looking for.
the PDF of the VOTA points schedule.
Look down, no, look down right there. Look at that one. Open it up just to see. Is that the one you want?
No,
Okay, then, X out of it, then just X out of it. Up there.
well, there may be, wait a second, there may be something, way I can.
Yeah, but I got a screen share differently than if you want to look at this.
Okay,
Okay, first things first, is this where you want to go?
somewhere on there, there's a listing of these, the volunteers. Wait a second. Go
That's
up a
it.
ways. There. Points table, right there.
You want to go that way?
Yeah.
Shit. I think I have links open on this one. Hang on a sec.
And while you're doing that, I'll just say, Jim, I'm happy to get up with the webmaster the information on the activities page. That way, people can go to it and they can find it for the future. Okay. Yeah.
Haven't done that yet.
Oops.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay.
We're in
Uh,
there.
Call sign points.
Also, okay. And let me share. Point stable? Then let me share the screen once it comes up. Oh, it's a PDF.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Bingo.
Okay, hold on. I'm not ready to talk yet.
I'm gonna give away the stuff. Well, these guys are screwing around.
Yeah, we are screwing around, absolutely.
I just
How
found out-
many programmers does it take to change a light bulb, right?
The light bulb's got to want to change itself.
And I can guarantee it's not mine.
Okay,
One thing is yours.
there you
Well, your
go.
name's not on that.
Okay.
All right, you can up and down right there.
Okay.
Last four numbers. 2675, I got $25. 2675,
All
prove it.
right. Okay.
Now, I want you to draw
Jim,
another
hold on.
name.
Hold on. Let him finish.
No, that's Asia.
I got one more here. I got this antenna tape measure.
Like 80.
It actually works. Pull your, okay. Yeah, you pull this thing out and said, oh, right there, that's the size of a 2 meter quarter wave whip. And right there, oh, that's the size of a 2 meter half wave. And it'll go all the way up to 20 meters. Oh, and it also, it's marked for, it doesn't have any special stud marking on it. It's just inches and whatever. So you're not gonna build a house with it, but it's pretty nice. And that was about 2.6, 5.8. 5.8.
Right. Cool. It'll look at it. Tyler, who makes that thing? Which thing? The measure. I think just one. Antenna tape, radio waves. Okay. Radio waves, that's pretty cool.
I got another one I'll sell you.
Okay, how much? $79. Good for you.
All right.
$5.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's get back to Jim here to finish up.
Okay, I've been scrolling through this list of the points, and you can see there's all sorts of things here. For instance, Maxim Society member of the club is in that group, and I worked him, and so I got 50 points from doing that. Past director, so on. There's all sorts of different positions and different point scales here. Vice director, that would be Tony, and there's your 200 points for if you catch Tony on the air on the HF. Anyway, I'm available for questions afterwards. Anyone wants to talk more about this and that. Thank you for listening, and we just found out about this morning, so I didn't have a chance to prepare this a little better. Hopefully next time.
All right.
Turn it back to.
For $5, I'll put out a 77 XM call sign so you can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jim, for pinch hitting today. Again, our speaker had a family emergency. Hopefully we'll have him back next month. And what a great group at SNARS to be able to make this happen on spur of the moment. Thank you.
All right. So Barry, you can obviously stop the recording. Thank you, everybody, for attending the meeting. And we're going to go ahead and close out the meeting here since we have to pack up and get going because some of us have to run over next door to the Aries meeting. So again, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe in the weather, and we will see everybody next month.